We'll do an overview about the exam, tell you different ways that we are preparing your scholars in school, and also ways that you can support your scholars at home, and then just talk about some of the dates and the different reminders. So this is to assess the English language proficiency of English language learners. Right now, we don't have it given on the computer. It's given one-on-one with a provider or an ENL teacher. So the purpose of the test is to assess English proficiency in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. It helps determine ELL support and services in progress. So it tells us what we need to do on the school's end and the different services that we need to provide for your scholars. It also guides language instruction and support, and it supports scholars' readiness for full English proficiency. So the end goal of this assessment is to give us enough information to learn how to build a program for your students so that by the end of their academic career here, they'll be more proficient in speaking English, in reading English, in writing English, and in listening. Writing, so producing written responses, how they write in English, and the test is, again, paper-based, so it'll be done all in paper. The speaking portion is answering questions and describing ideas clearly. The listening portion is following spoken directions and understanding conversations. So that'll be kind of like a dialogue. They'll be talking back and forth with a teacher who is reading questions and prompts to them and just analyzing what their responses are. Reading is identifying key details and making inferences. And the writing portion is organizing thoughts and using proper grammar. For students who have disabilities but are also English language learners, there are some testing accommodations. So students will be provided with the test accommodations that are specified in their IEPs and in their 504 accommodation plans. So when they're taking the test, some students qualify to have a separate location, a smaller group size, breaks from time to time, extra time, the test read by a computer, a human reader, or headphones. And then how we're preparing scholars in class. So every single day while they're in class or while they're in their pull-out or in their push-in, they're engaging in daily English conversations with their peers and with their teachers. They're also reading books in English and discussing them, and they're practicing writing responses to different prompts, also writing in their books. Students are also listening to English stories, songs, and different instructions, and doing different classroom activities that are in English. Different ways that you can support your scholar every day are encouraging them to speak English at home, support reading and writing activities in every language, really, but also making those connections in English too. So different vocabulary, analyzing different words that you could be saying them in English and then in Spanish is a really great way to build connections. Providing a quiet study space for kids to just interact with English materials, celebrating progress and effort, and using the school and online resources, which today we're going to give you a couple different resources that you can use to help practice. What scholars can do for themselves every day: they can speak English with their friends and their family, they can practice at home by reading books, articles, and practice questions, listen carefully and take notes when they need, and stay calm and focused during the test. Some accessible resources that we have are the New York State Education Department website. You can click in, you can find out all different information. I have a parent brochure which I actually printed out for you guys, and it's in those packets. And it's available in Haitian Creole, Spanish, and Arabic. You can look and see what the test looks like. Lots of the tests have pictures, so it's really, really helpful for the younger grades because they're able to use the pictures and then use it as a discussion piece. And school-provided review materials, doing homework, doing recess packets, public library programs that are available in our community. Now let's talk about the key dates and the reminders. The importance of on-time attendance is a key factor here because everything gets scheduled. So you'll have a certain day where the assessment is given in school. You hope that the child will be in school on time and available during that time so that the test doesn't have to be rescheduled and we can stick to all of our plans. So now I'm just going to open up the floor for any questions. Mr. K, no questions? So that's about the test. Now this is the most, to me, this is like the most important part because I want to be able to offer you a resource which is not only for your child, but it's also for you as well. So let's learn about some school-wide activities that can help practice English proficiency at home. I want to introduce to you a program called Bookshare. So this is a new tool that I've actually been demoing for students with disabilities and reading barriers, but it also has a feature which helps our students who are learning English, and it'll help us develop some reading at home. So at home, if you're speaking Spanish and you're reading at Spanish at home, that's okay, because this is a source that you can use and it will read to you in English, which is awesome. So Bookshare is a highly beneficial program that can be used for English language learners that offers a wide range of digital text, just like a library. It's a good resource for our ELL students because it provides accessible books in different formats that support language acquisition and literacy development. Also has a multi-sensory learning platform, so it combines audio with highlighted text, which helps students make connections between spoken and written language, so they can listen to it and they can also see it. It also gives us access to leveled and diverse books. So my favorite feature of this program is that it'll say fast and it'll say slow, so you can practice using that to expand your vocabulary. Just the font, the space, the sizing, and the background colors to make reading more comfortable. You can change the color and you can go back to that word and just say you make all the words that you don't know pink. You can go back, you can collect all those pink words at the end, and you can make a list to help you practice. Or if you want to read with a family member who doesn't speak English, you can read the book in English, and then you can go and practice it in Spanish as well, so you can read it together. I'm excited to share some of the books that you get to see on here, so you might know some of them, but I wanted to highlight that there's different sections that you can actually go. So if you wanted to go on there and you wanted to look at some books that you would like to read, maybe together or as a family, by our standards, our state standards, and then there's different educational books and articles. And then I just went through when I was playing around on this myself, and I picked out some books too. So Harry Potter books, the Wonder Book is on there, Velveteen Rabbit, Baby Mouse series, and Inquisitor's Tale. So I'm excited to sign you up for that so that you guys can play around on it. So you can sign up at the table if you want to be added. All I need is just an email address and I can put it on and send you some more information. Do you want to talk a little bit about the readathon for a few minutes?
Sure. So, do you know about the readathon? I think the total minutes has increased to about 14,000 minutes that the entire school has read so far, and that's K through 5. So we have 173 activated accounts and we have 72 readers. I want to say that's now closer to 84 readers through K to 5. Readathon has a lot of cool prizes, like a fidget spinner. The most expensive that the kids like to talk about is a PS5 or a PS4. And then this is just what you would see when you log into, or when you go to the website. Students who have read at least 100 minutes, there's 28 scholars K through 5. That is at school independently, but also at home.
Amazing.
And I actually want to shout them out a little bit more at school. And these are the reward options. So for sending those 10 texts, you get a free prize from the treasure box.
500.
Yeah, you can. Give me a high five.
Like that. The bag, there is the NCLAT parent brochure. There's also a packet that I put together. It's called Understanding Your Reader, so it'll help you when you're looking for books. So you can show mommy all the different types of books that you can read and all the different kinds of questions that she can ask you, right? And I have it in English, so you can tell her in English and you can show her in Spanish too, all the different questions that you can use when you're reading and how to pick out different types of books. So it's kind of a guide to show you what the books look like depending on the level. You can take home some books, okay? All right? Thank you so much. Thank you. There's some really fun stuff in here, some coloring books, some flashcards. You want to take it? All right, that's your prize for coming today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.